Do you have any friends you could invite over? You could just move that little thing right there if you would like, Travis. I don't mind. It's Vans, if you want to break it. If you'd like to just throw that thing around, I completely understand. Van might get pissed off at you. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to the morning grind. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, we start at 8:29. We used to start at 8:30, and it pissed me off because we wouldn't start right at 8:30. It might be 8:30 and some change. Might almost be like 8:30 and 26 seconds, which was not acceptable. I can't speak this morning. Somebody put an angry face on me. Who is one of y'all mad over there? Was it you? Was it you? Who did the angry face? Speak up. Who's pissed off at me already? If you do me a favor, like, comment, and share the stream. Cameron, where are you at? Where's he at? Is he stuck in traffic? Has anybody heard from him? Is he? Taking his test today? Ooh, good morning, Edward. Travis, thank y'all for getting on here. Share the stream. I'm going to put some news out there today. If I can figure out how to do this. Every single morning we begin the show with 60 seconds of gratitude. I'm very, very thankful for this time of year. I'm very thankful that it's starting to warm up. What is today's high going to be?
65.
Are you sure, or did you just make that? Sounds like a made-up number.
Positive. I looked at it this morning.
That just seems like a lazy made-up number by the weatherman. How do they know it's going to be 65? Mine says 65. It's going to be.
I'm a damn genius.
You're a damn genius. We'll see if you're accurate, but I'm very, very excited that it's sunny. It's 65 degrees today, and this is the third day in a row I've worn this shirt. I wore it out but I'm like my wife. She saw it and she said, "Didn't you wear that yesterday?" I'm like, "No, I worn it the last 2 days." But I'm making sense of it. It's my favorite shirt. I wore it out Saturday night for a date night. Okay, I had it on for 2 hours. My wife is on here right now. I'm talking about you. I had it on for 2 hours Saturday night. We went to church yesterday. I had it on a total of 2 hours. I had it on a total of 2 hours the last 2 days. And today I got to go home and change around 2 o'clock. So I didn't even have my full day. I didn't even have my full day in it yet. You know what I'm saying? So what, does it count as 3 wears or 1 wear? If you're watching, let me know. What do you think? Is it 3 wears or 1 wear? Good morning, Shannon Wheeler. Thank you for getting on here. Andre, thank you for getting on here. Wardrobe on repeat. It's funny. So, what do y'all think? Is this 1 wear or 3 wears?
One.
What do you say, Josh? 1. What about you, ladies?
I say 3.
We got the boys on one side and the girls on the other. What about you? What do you say? You've got 3?
Yeah. I say 1.
I like that. Well, it's unanimous. It's 1. Van, what did you say?
I said 1.
Nick, what do you think? 1 wear or 3 wears?
A dirty 1.
A dirty 1. But I've only had it. What's going on in front of the office? We got a wreck out there, man. The most dangerous road in this town is John Rice Boulevard. We need to do something about this. We need to widen it.
It's my fault they got a wreck.
Well, I agree. It's your fault. I was talking to Joey this morning. We need to sign petitions to widen this road. Now, there may be a conflict of interest because me and Joey own 3 acres right back over here on Agri Park that's a commercial. You know, the more traffic, the more it would help us. Good morning. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. Today's show topic is this. I put this post out on my personal page. I think I put it out on Friday. And here was the question that I posed. If I were to give you $1,000 and you had to do one of two things with it, you had to save it or spend it on your wardrobe, which one would you pick? And tell me in the comments. Don't cheat and say it aloud if you're on here. I want to know, would you invest your money into your clothing or would you save it? I'd like to know. What would you pick? In the comments, please. Only in the comments. I'm going to read them off. Ooh, they're coming in here fast. Liliana, wardrobe. Julia, easy. Spend it on clothing. My wife, maybe you need to spend $1,000 on your wardrobe. No, Cassidy, you just said invest. Invest in what?
Clothing.
Everybody, you look good, you feel good. Man, everybody here, around here, is understanding this. I'm waiting on Brittany and Van. Van, are you going to participate or are you going to sit in there and not participate? Weatherman, what's shaking? Weatherman, hey, he wears shorts every day, but have you ever noticed he's always tight? He's got his fancy shoes on. He's got his hair done. He's got his shirt tucked in. He's got on a belt, and he's got nice stuff. Yes, that's why I newly have to get out of my comfort zone and say wardrobe. Now, Larima, are you just saying that because you're wanting to be cool like us? Or would you really be putting that $1,000 into your savings account or maybe paying off some debt? Well, this morning I was working out with one of my best buddies. His name is Ronnie Martin. He's a banker. He's a commercial banker. And Ronnie is always on people about their dress. He has mentioned it to you, I know. He has mentioned it to Noah. I don't know who else he's mentioned it to, but he's a banker. Now, most bankers are going to be more of a conservative mindset, and they're going to say, man, you need to hold on to that money. But like Travis said, you look good, you feel good, you're probably going to perform good. So I teach something around here straight out of Cardone U. It's called the financial seniority ranking order of how you should be using your money. Okay? What should be your focus? Austin Kepley, whether you like it or not, your wardrobe speaks about you before you ever make an impression. That's exactly right, Austin. So here's what Ronnie said to me. Hey, I'm skipping all around this morning. But I was talking to him about this, and I asked him this question. He's like, man, why don't you dress better? And I'm like, you're exactly right. If I did dress better, I'd make a lot more money. I do know that. I do need to. I told him there's either if you're not getting what you want, it's one of two reasons. Either it's a blind spot, you can't see it, you don't know, or you've got a barrier. What do you think? What do you think my view is on me not dressing good? Do you think it's a blind spot or do you think it's a barrier? Why did y'all say barrier?
Because you know.
Because I know about it. I know I look like shit most of the time. I'm comfortable. But we got talking, and what if I was in better shape? What if I lost like 20 pounds? I'd probably come in here looking a little better because I'd feel a little bit better about myself. A little tighter shirt. I don't like tight stuff on me, though. I don't like jewelry. You know, I haven't been wearing my wedding band for about 2 or 3 months. It's because I've got this, something goes wrong on this finger. Like pain goes all the way down. So I guess a friend of mine told me it's not just because you got it on. It's because like everything you do, you grip, and it's just created just a ton of pain through here. It swells up. You can feel how it's hardened up. Now the other side, I don't wear a ring over here. I don't know what's going on with this.
Tattoo a ring.
Maybe. Well, I'd like to. What I need to. I tried to put the ring on before we went out the other night for dinner, and it won't even fit over this knuckle now.
You need like the rubber one.
I need to get the rubber ring. That's right. So, but what was I talking about before? Oh, tight things. I don't like tight things on me. I know that's kind of the trend today. You're wearing tight stuff. I like to be comfortable. Maybe if I was a skinny guy, maybe it's all my life I've been big boy. I don't like stuff that's fitting like a glove. I'm very uncomfortable with it. I don't like jewelry. I don't like to wear a watch. I don't like things that restrict me, I guess. But like my wife said, maybe I need to spend $1,000 on my wardrobe. She spends. I'm on her. The other day we were going through a personal budget. I'm like, all right, you need to cut this. It's like her newly. Do y'all know what a newly is? A newly is it's something you can ship to your house and you rent it for like a month.
Oh, I've seen that.
So I'm like, well, this shit needs to go. Yeah, it's like, no, because we were talking about cutting budgets. And I'm like, that's got to go. That's got to go. And she's sitting there looking at me, freaking out. I was just kidding with her. But in putting your clothing on, the way you look, like Austin says, it says something about you. It is an investment in yourself, and I believe the best investment you're ever going to make is in yourself. Whether it is in your image, the way you look, your clothes, hey. Also, are you working out? Are you fit? All these things go into the way other people view you, just like Austin said. So I believe number one thing you should be focusing on is how can I raise my income? All my thoughts, all my attention over the last 5 years have gone into me thinking about this one thing. How can I raise revenue around here? So I like to codify this so everybody else can understand how do you raise your income? How do you make more money? You don't make more money whenever you're telling your mind to hold on to something. Whenever you're telling your mind to save something, you're in a form of contraction. And in this business, everything that you guys do, it's about outflow. Everybody that's in a business, it's about how much outflow are you creating. And it depends on how you want to consider outflow. To me, any outreach that you're responsible for is outflow. What do we call outflow around here? Liliana, caught you off guard. What is outflow?
You did.
What?
You did catch me off guard.
I did.
But
Hello.
what you're putting out there.
Give me an example of what you're putting out there.
Content.
Content.
Sending stuff
Sending stuff
out. talking to
out.
People,
Whoa. Talking to people?
yes.
What do we call that around here? Larima said it already. Phone calls. I believe phone calls is one of the best ways to create your outflow because it also builds courage. Every time you're calling somebody, you're a little nervous. Are you nervous when you call somebody? A little bit? Are you over there? Are you? That time. Are you Josh? Josh has become numb to it, I think. He's like the scarecrow. Who's the guy in the Wizard of Oz didn't have the brain?
The scarecrow.
That's Josh. I didn't even the scarecrow. Yeah, you're the scarecrow. Josh has no fear to call up somebody and just ask them personal questions. Like he's not even aware it could be offensive. He has no consideration. Calls, great form of outflow. Emails, no, I mean that's better than doing nothing. Texting is a great way to create outflow. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to expand into the world, into the universe. And if you're somebody that wants to hold on to something, if you're holding on to money, you'll hold on to your energy as well. Does that make sense? So around here, everything that I talk about is how do we expand? And this is something that I didn't understand. I didn't understand this thing about money until the last couple of years because it took all this time for me to see it start to work. Whenever I started doing this, it wasn't really working. We are going to have our best 3 months in a row ever. Like February is one of our best months, March and April. That's never happened. Usually it's like a great month and then it just falls off to nothing. But because of the things I've been doing, how can you see where I've created more outflow? Me personally. Zillow, yes. That's still outflow because somebody's got to pay for it. Billboards, people, but you can't do that without willing to risk outflow of money. Does that make sense to you, Josh? So whenever people are asking, how can I make more money? What can I do? Let's say if somebody just has a job where they're working at like an hourly job, what can they do to make more money? Well, almost everybody had a job at one time where they were working for somebody else and it was hourly. Okay, is that where you want to end up or is this just where you are today? I want to create ways to step to another level. And the way I think you do that is become a better communicator. So I put a lot of emphasis on our training, our role playing, which leads to more phone calls. Whenever you know how to do something, your courage naturally comes with that. Whenever you figure something out, it's not as hard. You don't need as much courage once you know how to do it. So a lot of times when people come here, they don't know what to say. They don't know when to say it. They don't know how. And what that does, it immediately attacks their brain and it puts them in a state of unknown. And whenever my brain is unknown, the first thing it's going to tell me to do is just stop, not move forward. It paralyzes you. So once you figure all this stuff out, you can start to create more outflow. So the question was, if you could invest $1,000 into your clothes, which is your brand, it is your appearance, it is how other people see you, but it's also how you start to see yourself. You're never, ever, ever going to out-earn your self-image. And this is something, when I say this, I'm talking about me because I'm not dressing like somebody that wants to get to 1,000 homes, am I? Is that one thing holding me back? It's one thing I've got to confront. It's one thing I've got to really consider, and I've got to be honest with myself. Or would you rather put that money into your savings account, or would you rather pay off? If you got $10,000 worth of debt, would you rather put $1,000 on it? Now you owe $9,022. What would you rather do? Hey, here comes the weatherman. Weatherman is dressed up nice. Nice shoes. He's got his nice shorts, his nice shirt. So I want you to think about this. If you were to get money, do you know how to get money? There's 3 things you're going to learn from me over here. How to get money. How to raise, how to create more money. Step 2 is how do you keep it? And number 3 is how do you multiply it? Too often people want to multiply money when they don't have anything to multiply. They're focused on the wrong thing. They need to focus on how do I start to get more of this money. So we're about to get right back into our training. So if you're watching this a little bit later, ask yourself, if I were to just be given $1,000, like you could win this GTT, the GTT bracket. March Madness bracket. If I can figure out how to do this, the winner's going to get $1,000. If you got $1,000, what would you do with it? Everybody have a great day. Shut us down, Vingrafton.